Greetings, mortals, and welcome back. Today, we are getting vengeance on the Dragoons. It's going to be an interesting time. It's very possible. I deliberately went with the cockiest stream title I could because we might have some troubles here. This is a hard dungeon, but don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna go. This is gonna go great? These are not the right things that I need to click on. This is the thing I need to click on. We've done the link. We've done the thing. Go 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 go. Nope. This is Steam. Steam is not what I need. You're not on Steam. Okay. Opening up Might and Magic 8. Hopefully, it occurs to me that I actually haven't loaded up the game since I reinstalled the multiplayer thing, so hopefully everything works. Hey, we didn't get the error code when we loaded up. That's good. Load up caster save. Hopefully it doesn't explode. It didn't explode. No reason to believe that it would explode. But, sometimes things happen. So, today is Dragoon Day. Why can't all of my stream titles just be D? Because D is so easy. I just came up with another fucking... It's so easy to alliterate with D. D is just the best. It's the best letter. Many such cases. Okay, so... Today we are heading to Iron Fist. It is 10 p.m. And we have these boots, which we might as well equip, ? This gives a pretty decent boost to our durability. Probably worthwhile. Except, who needs durability when you can increase your damage throughput a little bit? Who needs it? Who needs it? We're golden. So we're going to pop over to Enroth immediately, I believe. I don't think we have anything else we need to do. Let's check, though. So we have expertise on all of these. We have master. We can't train this, so none of this can be trained. Dark magic. We do not have the dark magic trainer. There isn't one here, I don't believe. There is definitely not a dark magic trainer in Might Magic 7 this early. And there isn't one in Might Magic 6 this early either. So, we're not getting this up to expert yet. We have meditation at expert already. We have repair at expert, but not master. We have access to master. Dragon, can't get dragon ability until we get to Garrett Gorge. Regeneration, we can't get for a very long time. Jungle Fowl, you have light expert, you have enlightenment expert, you have disarm expert, not master. I think the master trainer's in Might and Magic 7, so we'll get that done as soon as we get back to Might and Magic 7. We have merchant expert, we can actually get this up to mastery at will, and we probably should, because money is going to be a concern as we get further in. Right now, most of our financial expenditures are not subject to the merchant skill anyway. Like, it doesn't matter, right? But eventually, more and more of our money is going to get spent on training and things like that. And it's probably not going to make a huge difference either way, but I think that the bulk of our money is probably going to... But it does... There is the element of... whatchamacallit? I don't know. Words. They're a thing. That's weird. I thought I saw a sword that was increasing my damage for some reason. Bizarre. Okay. We're popping over to Enroth. And now we can... Right, I didn't check everybody's skills. I think everybody's fine. We have expert meditation. We don't have expert meditation on you. We can't get it. We don't have that much money. We have expert dagger. We have enough food to get there without getting weakened, so we're going to do that. We do have a little bit of a concern in that we haven't actually picked up spells for anybody. But now that I think about it, it doesn't matter, because the only elemental spellcaster that's actually using elemental spells right now in any meaningful capacity is the elementalist who doesn't need spellbooks. So, we're actually golden on that front. The self-guilds are here, so we can pick up the self-magic without any problems. Wait, it's Tuesday. Were we going to go to the... Okay, no, don't mind me. Tuesday is 5 days away from Sunday, but in the other direction. Look, it's early in the morning. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's 9 a.m. It's not early in the morning. It's not even early in the morning for when I woke up. I woke up at 6. I am denying all of the tropes of live streamers.
Hello, come on, coming right up.
I woke up at a normal time someone would wake up for work, and I started at 9 o'clock, which is when the normal workday starts. Now, of course, the normal workday keeps going after lunch. I say normal, but I think that 9 to 5 jobs are... yeah, we picked up Expert Dagger before. That's why we're dual wielding. Let's see. We have the ability to train, but we don't have the ability to train at this exact moment. So we're going to make a save outside to get ourselves in decent shape in case things go very badly. I'm going to try to play it very safe with this initial entry. We'll see how it goes. That's not a good angle. We need it to be steeper. So we're actually going to try to pull... It's not right. I need a steeper angle, and I'm going to get a less steep angle the further in I go. Actually, you know what we can do? Yeah, it's not a steep enough angle there either. Okay, so from here we should be able to do it though. Wow. Okay, we whiffed the entire group. We're going to single pull this initial pack. There we go. We're going to have to take more dangerous plays in the future, but for now... we should be able to plow through these quite rapidly once we get a good angle consistently. Oh, I'm really botching this bad. Interesting. There we go, we got Brigand. And it's tempting to be, like, aggressive here. In future attempts, I will be. If it takes more than one attempt to get to the point where I feel comfortable saving with my initial save, then I'll do that. I'm actually going to have Sparks. We have Fireball now.
Ready.
That's exciting. Learn jump! We just learned jump, y'all. We just learned jump. So, on the caster save, we have a bunch of stuff that we have available to us as options that weren't options before. And this is going to be pretty dang good, I think. And before we actually do too much, let's switch everybody to an empty inventory. We should be getting close to finishing this pack, I feel. Because we've killed quite a few enemies in this room. At a certain point, we're going to have to just go for it. Okay. So we cleared this pack. Now we need to figure out what we're going to clear next. I think we maybe go for the door at the end here. Telekinesis is a master level spell, isn't it? Shit. Okay. We're not going to telekinesis. Okay. So, we've opened this door. Fuck me. One round of combat shooting at the door was a problem. I wasn't expecting that. Can I hit them through here? I can definitely... Fuck. They're really fast. Holy shit. That is pretty spooky, actually. They are not slow. Okay, we've got a crafting cube here. Let's see. Do we want to tag the enemies in there? I'm gonna open these two. I probably should try to tag these. Need you to switch over to Sparks.
Ready to use.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, that's a problem. So that's a Plagueborn Brigand. It's very bad if it hits me. I guess it would just kill me either way, but... Okay. This is an issue. That one's approaching from a very long way away. It's gonna hit me. That is not lethal. It will be next time, though. Okay, we got tagged by the thing. Let's see. We're gonna reload the caster save, and now we can make better decisions. So I'm going to be a little bit aggressive here. We're going to try to pull this pack a bit more aggressively. Okay, we got a couple of them. And we've aggroed the ones downstairs. I didn't do a great job with my pulls there. I should have accounted for the fact that that was going to go very, very badly if there was a thing there. I think what I want to do is get Sparks ready. Oh god. We've learned jump, but it doesn't matter because we're going to die instantly. Yeah, okay. We do have to pull that room carefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to fully take advantage of the fact that this is a spellcaster run to not take the pathing that we were taking on the other run. Instead, we are going to jump up on this platform here. and make things work that way. We learn jump. Okay. Oops. Nailed it. Probably not a ton of them. Okay. So that's cleared. So we now have the ability to do some shenanigans here. Specifically, I think I'm too high up for them to hit me here. Oh, can I not go through here? I might not actually be able to get through here because I might not be able to do it, but we'll see. Oh, I can't actually fit through this gap. Okay, so that changes things a bit. And by a bit, I mean quite a lot. We can sparks through the gap. We can't do anything else through the gap easily. So maybe... yeah, we're going to have to do something a little different then. So we unfortunately do not have telekinesis. Oh, and we're going to die here probably. That's a reflector too. Ooh. That's a bad time for us. It was too unaggressive. Okay. We have these. We need to do full DPS to the reflector. And we are probably going to need slow. Do we cast slow? Do I allow myself to cast something like slow? You are not in this room. You're downstairs. Okay. Took me way longer than it needed to take for me to figure that out. Okay, we need to swap over to Ice Bolt.
Ready.
No, wait. Acid Burst.
Ready to use.
My hope is that I can't kill myself here. Like, outright. Because we can't afford to not do maximum DPS. Oh, we're gonna die anyway. That's really unfortunate. So, this being a reflector is actually what killed me there. It doesn't seem like it because they reached me, but it slowed down my DPS actually considerably because people kept going unconscious and then getting back up. We lost significant amounts of damage there. So, not the best timing to run into a reflector. Not the worst timing either, honestly. It could be worse. We could have run into it in this initial room. If it was Swift, it probably still would have killed me. Outside of Swift and Reflector, I don't know that anything else would have triggered that death there. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Okay. And yes, it does look like the effect happens when the spell hits the target, not when you cast it. Was that a great pathing? Okay, I think there's probably only a couple left. Okay. So we don't need to aggro the ones downstairs, and we might as well not aggro them. We can open this door. And we do need to clear this room no matter what. So let's add a spark swarm. Fuck! I can't go through that door without switching up, because when I go past that door, the auto target targets the enemies in that room, and all of a sudden the enemies are completely free to just charge me with no consequence. Okay, this one's coming in. Okay. So, we've cleared this room. And the question here is, do we want to put a save right here the way that we did on the melee file, and mirror what we've done on the melee file completely? That initial room is kind of hard to deal with. We could hypothetically use that corner to good effect if we wanted to try it. If I were to go here and cast Fireball.
Ready to use.
Okay, I blew myself up there. Because I can detect them through the door. Okay, I'm shooting directly toward them. I'm not sure. That might just be healing spells. Which spell crit? I think it probably is just healing spells, right? Because you would, they have to be able to crit, right? Because spell critical strike damage, yeah, healing spells cannot crit. So the int and personality both increase your crit chance, but it doesn't apply to there. Okay. Are we going to try this room first? Okay, we aggroed something that went very jank. No, that was my sparks. Right, I can just shoot. Nope, there's a doorway there. I can still probably make it happen, but it's not going to be fast. I really don't like the positioning on that thing. I think I'm going to walk away and see if that leads to it coming out. No. That's very rude. Have you considered that your behavior is rude? Oh, you're running into a wall. That explains a lot, actually. Okay. I don't know why I forgot that there was a door there. I guess because an enemy aggroed me through it. Okay. Okay. Okay, the fireball doesn't hit very hard, and it seems like fireball's the only like pure AoE that I have, so it is automatically chain casting fireball. That's going to be very useful for me when I I knew you'd come straight through. I'm up on your tricks. I've got your number. You son of a gun. Oh geez, there's way more in here. Alarming. Fireball will be useful for any time I'm dealing with a big pack all at once in a long line. It might come into play in here, depending on how good of a line I can get going. But it'll definitely be useful in a lot of outdoor environments, and in situations where, like in the arena, I have like really long extended battles where there's new enemies being added, so I tend to like run around the arena many times. And when you're doing something like that, because you can't like control for how many are targeting you, you can only control for their positioning. Something like Fireball becomes really useful because you end up with this giant ball of enemies, and you can hit all of them at once. Not you can't hit all of them at once, but you can hit like 4 to 5 enemies at a time. It's like very good value to tag enemies with Fireball. Fuck. Okay. Just shoot. There's an interesting element where the homing is such a mixed bag, because sometimes I don't want the thing to target the enemy because the enemy's behind a wall. I want it to go straight ahead so that I'm doing like suppressing fire into a doorway, and then the suppressing fire into the doorway doesn't work because they're behind the doorway and the thing tracks onto them anyway. So this thing's very low. It's a good thing it was, too, because I completely botched that transition. So, over here, we have several enemies. I don't know how easily we can accommodate them.
Ready to use.
But we'll see. There's a Thorn Brigand here. The answer, by the way, is apparently very easily, because we have the ability to shoot... Damn it. I mean, it would be very easily if I didn't keep trying to hit the enemies directly. My character's basically shooting not into the... I'm trying to shoot the thing directly in front of me, but my character wants to shoot the enemies. These are actually in a corner where I can shoot them. So let's pick on these. You know, maybe we don't need to be standing on top of there. I have concerns. You know, maybe if I just stand here. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. So you can see that it's still trying to track onto the enemies. So that's going to cause problems for me. I need you to stop shooting at the enemy and start shooting where I'm pointing. Actually, can I... If I manual cast... I can't manual cast at the wall here. For some reason. I don't play casters very much, So it's going to take me a while to get down exactly how to orient my spell usage here. What is happening with this? Where the hell is that going? That it's not just, like, tagging anybody. We're going to be here for a while, it looks like. I can try casting Sparks, and I can try casting Fire Spikes. I think I actually hit one of those with that, so maybe I just spam the shit out of spells. Did they go back over there? They did not. Man, if I could turn off targeting, that would be so clutch. Like, just being able to make it so that I'm shooting exactly where I'm pointing. I wouldn't... The problem is that I wouldn't want to do it permanently, right? But for some of these situations, it would be such a massive boon. Sparks it for 64. Yeah, the issue is that we're going to run out of mana here, and it's going to take a long time to recover it back up. Lift this up. Yeah, nobody came up on it. So, one thing that I could do... We can tag that one. Do we try to jump on top of this platform? Is there? How do I turn that on? Is that, like, gonna be in here? Like, is there like a hotkey for that? Okay, we actually have a good spot here. Never mind. If it's in the innie, then I'm not willing to use it, because if it's in the innie, then I feel like it's more of like a permanent setting. So I wouldn't want to do that. Even though it would make my life a lot easier for this particular case. But if it's like a hotkey I can just hit, then that would be a massive time saver. Because this will obviously work, but it'll only work slowly as long as I have to worry about the enemy positioning, confusing my characters. Like, I don't even want it shooting at the cursor, I just want it shooting at the center of the screen. I want it doing the normal behavior, but I'll take cursor. We've done, like, no damage to the boss, by the way. Okay, this is gonna take forever. Do I have a way... Because I can't get in the green to get my mana back. Yeah, if I could get these cleared, then I have that next hallway to deal with. It might not matter. We might be able to just make this work. I think that once we get to mastery with some of our spell types, we're going to get access to some really, really cool stuff. So it'll take a bit, but once we get there... Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, that is... Basically, you need to do something set up in the itty, right? So, if that requires tinkering with the innie, then that's more of like a permanent setting, and I'm not gonna switch to that. For the caster run, I want to use the normal controls. It looks like we're going to be okay here. It'll also matter less as we get more of the room clearance type spells, I think. Okie dokie. It's taken a while. It probably would be faster to just play a bit more fast and loose. Like, head toward where the slime area is. So, we're not on a line that hits the Thorns enemy here. There we go. So now we're on a line. This probably is where all of those enemies are, so... Let's thug down. Okay. I think I regenerate... I think this is the character that has the thing that gives me regen on them, maybe? This room is crazy this time. There's so many top tiers. It actually is going to take longer than Moorcrack took on this turn, on this run. I think that's true. Once we clear this pack, we should have an easier setup for the future. We have a couple enemies to kill in that other room there. Once we can get to the bridge room, which I thought we could just jump in there, but we apparently can't. Oops. Once we can get into that oh no. Damn it. I need to change my position because I'm... There we go. So... Okay. Are we going to have to rotate between every attempt? Oh, that's not great. Run over, need to reload. That did way more damage than I expected, actually. This isn't me just fucking up the timing, I don't think it. Yeah. So, if it gets in front of me, which is going to tend to anytime this happens, if it gets in front of me, I can't, like, shoot it anymore. So... like, I need it to be behind me so that my characters aren't looking at it. This is incredibly rude. There we go. Now, I could have killed it just by standing in that spot and attacking. So this is a situation where the caster run gets a little less efficient than I would have had with melees. God dang it, you're but that being the case, maybe I should just keep going back and forth until you do that, and then start blasting you. Rude. Shit. Okay. See. Oh, does it only happen with mouse look? If it only happens when you're in mouse look mode, I could see that being viable for me. You know, I don't have this problem in blueprints. The blueprints isn't mean to me like this. Okay, we got this in a position where we can hit it for a second. Operative word there is for a second. Alright, we just need to figure out, like, a multi-part strategy. Damn it. So yeah, we can hit this thing from here with melee attacks. Which is pretty funny. I don't know that I don't think we could have hit the others though, right? Damn it, I ran out of money. Okay. Just shoot from here, can't I? Nope. You can tell when the thing does that it's tracking an enemy, because it's supposed to just bounce around. I didn't have a precision move. Shit. There we go. Okay. No way I'm going to be able to do this. Okay. We're getting there. They don't have that much HP. It's not like this is a... it's not like this is a adamantite or anything like that. Or my God, imagine if this was regenerating. Oh, that would be rough. Damn Don't give Malekith ideas. There's going to be a new difficulty mode that allows multiple affixes like Diablo. Like when you get into Nightmare and Hell mode. There's some regenerating adamantite fucking monstrosities. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna happen eventually. Well, it might not actually. It depends. Because they are working on other projects now. They've got like a full game project they're working on, so... And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with that. I haven't been following the development super tightly because I've been too busy following the collapse of my country. Just simply haven't had the time and energy to devote to everything that I would like. Hello, Celestial. I don't know what you're talking about. My home country is Singapore. I've always been in Singapore. I will always be in Singapore. You're not getting me out of this goddamn country ever again. Hello. I am Singapore. I don't know why I did a Russian accent for the Singapore. I think that's probably more appropriate than doing a garbage Singaporean accent. Okay. We've cleared the Thorn Brigand. I believe that was the last enemy in this pack. And we're going to hope that it was. And it certainly was. This elevator is down. We're going to open this door. In front of us over here, we have enemies in hallway. But I think they're not in this first part of the hallway. I think they're later on. We're going to try to bank a shot around that corner. I'm not sure how reasonable it is to try to do that. I'm not sure if I have an angle that I can do. It's a very tight corridor. We're going to try shooting into this hallway first. I think this hallway isn't going to have anything until we get further on. We did bank shot into there eventually, but it was like on the very end of the trajectory. Okay, I think there's a door before we run into any enemies there. Can I get a steep enough angle? Yeah, I can. Unfortunately, that's not a great angle. I think I have to get more than halfway through the hallway. They're somewhere in the middle of this hallway. So, am I better off trying to just do a straight up shot? By the time we get a proper bank on these, we might just aggro them. Okay, we're fine. So, we're going to be able to single pull here. If there's a boss in this pack, that will go badly for us. Also, we do need to do proper disruption of their movement. We can't just blow all of our attacks. They have too much HP, and they move too quickly to just be super casual with it. Okay, I'm actually feeling like there might have only been one in this room, but I doubt it. That seems unlikely. I don't want to have to deal with these the same way that I just dealt with the others. Okay, we have a nice long corridor here that we can play with when we open this. We didn't aggro anybody when we opened the door. Okay, we have the entire pack over there coming. Not a huge fan of how I pulled this, but it's So what I'm looking to do is tap 2 projectiles at a time. I don't really need to do 2, I could just do 1. Need to keep an eye on the situation here. It might seem wasteful to have all these sparks coming out, but it's actually not, in my opinion. The sparks... Ooh, nice. Oh, it went right between those two. The sparks will block the doorway in a way that's actually quite convenient for me. Okay, so we should be golden here. There is still more on this side. Depending on how this goes here, what we might end up doing, and I don't imagine it's going to be the case, but what we might end up doing is actually clearing every enemy on the other side, and then just running across the bridge. Which I think is a very dangerous play that I don't have any reason to do right now. What the fuck was that? Okay. What we're gonna do, we've now cleared a very, very good section of this place. I think we're gonna save. I think now is the time for save. Do we... Yes, this upcoming room is potentially going to cause problems for me. So we're going to save this under danger. We now have our first save in this dungeon. And we will run over here. We're going to cast Jump. This is a very dangerous way to handle this room, but we literally just saved, and it's more fun to do it this way than to do it the other way. So, we're doing it this way. Okay, well, we're going to die. There we go. See, I called it. I did call it. So, I wouldn't have done it that way if I was there. But since we did save the game, we can do some shenanigans here. What I'm looking for is, it looks like we can consistently get across here, and the question is whether we can get... no. I don't think we're going to find a position here that allows us to just casually make this work. Can I jump? Sure can! Okay. So, we're not going to find a position that just, like, works for that. But... it didn't go as badly as it could have. So we're fine for right now. Next, we have the next room here. And we can bring whoever's in these hallways... Oh! No, we can't. They're going to spawn behind me. When I go into one of these rooms, I think enemies spawn behind me. So... that's going to be concerning. And I can probably just drop sparks on top of these oozes. The issue is that the Elementalist is kind of an asshole and doesn't want to consistently use the same spell over and over again. Which is kind of a pain in the ass. However, we're going to drag this pack How the fuck did you get here? What is happening? Wow, it's a good thing I saved there. Holy shit. That corrosive ooze blinked to the top of the platform. That's a problem. Oh, right. You're still alive. I forgot. It is funny that this dragon is still, like, the tankiest party member of either party. Cassowary is so good right now. Cassowary is so good. Alright, I think there's just the one enemy in here. Okay, so we toss that one down, and this switch is not active. We're going to activate it. And what did that open? Opened this. Oh, is there nobody in here? Huh, okay. Good to know. We're not going to loot the chest yet. We need to get... Wow. I managed to snake that in on the first attempt. That's wild. It's actually easier to snake it in here than I thought, so... Substantially less impressive than I was letting on. It's actually easy because the angle there is such that if you miss it on one angle, it can just, like... Oh, shit! Okay. These are too close behind me to do what I want to do, so we're gonna just jump over here. Okay. Oh! I'm gonna die. Okay. Life is sad. Okay. The bridge is good, but it's not that good. So, we need to figure out what we're going to do here. Are we going to try to finish clearing these rooms? Because if we can clear these rooms, does that get me any closer to victory here? My big concern is the oozes down here. Actually, I'm going to check something here that might be valuable. I guess the issue with this is the fact that right now, because those enemies are on that side, I'm kind of stuck jumping across here, right? Like, I don't really have a ton of option. This is simply the way that I need to go, right? So, oops. Let's see. We could do something really... Let's do the really crazy thing. This shouldn't work, right? I'm only doing this because we're right next to a save point. This shouldn't work. This is a crazy solution to this problem. We're going to jump in the pit. Okay. And that is not... Okay, I don't think we have a viable pathway there. We are going to check that one more time because I want to see if... we can do something really cool here. We're going to basically just jump over to the north side. And we need to, unfortunately... Okay, so if we get to here, we don't have anywhere to go. There's no, like, platforms or anything interesting to do there. So I don't think that that's going to be of value to me. It's a fun thing to contemplate, but I don't think it's going to do anything useful. So, I think we're actually going to go back the other direction. Because that bridge... Ooh, actually, you know what we could do? We could pre-aggro these. We could pre-aggro those and just drag them into this hallway here. Shit. Okay. Oh no, can I not shoot low enough down? Okay, we're also gonna see. Okay, I missed. Hey, learn shield! Okay. Who knew we were so close to getting shield? Alright. We're gonna loot this. That's a two-handed sword. Okay. That's a two-handed sword right there. Okay, so now we need to figure out how we're gonna solve this problem. It's a huge pain in the ass to try to throw sparks down here. The one, like, major issue that the Elementalist has is that you have to manually cast the spells to get truly like spells. Because obviously a spark spell doesn't really serve the same niche as a poison spray, right? Like, they're very fundamentally different spells. So these are really too fast for me to be dicking around the way that I was dicking around there. Let's take a look. We're here. And I do believe the enemies are going to respawn. Or not respawn, they're going to spawn behind me there. So let's pull these and try to do this again. The only thing that stopped me from doing this the previous time was one of the oozes just glitching its way up here. Ooh, that's a concern. Okay. We're going to try to basically lean... Okay. If I had more characters with access to jump, this would be a lot simpler. But we don't, so we don't need to worry about it. So for now... we have the Thorn Brigand here. And it's tempting to try to do to just lure it as quickly as possible. However, because of the fact that we've seen that they are pretty consistently leaking, we do need to do as much damage as possible before it gets to this point, so that if it decides to leak here, we're okay. I think that this bridge is going to work reasonably well for our purposes here. I don't know that this is going to be the attempt, but it's going to be, I think, a pretty decent attempt. So, how many of the enemies are still in this room? We're going to find out. Okay, that was on the other side. I'm only detecting the one right now. Okay, that's a concern. Okay, I fucked that up badly. Jesus. Luckily, we're getting pretty lucky here. But yeah, it does look like the enemies in these rooms are much better able to handle the bridges and just the general layout of the room. than they are in vanilla. The AI has definitely been, or the pathing anyway, has definitely been massively improved there. We're not going to go into this room up here yet because I think it's going to kill me. That's another two-handed sword. Okay. It looks to me like I honestly just don't need to be in this section yet. There's just not a lot of utility here. We got to hit one switch, except we haven't hit it on this run because the enemy wasn't in the same position. So we do, it looks like, need to clear the rest. That was a real problem. We need to clear the rest of these rooms. Wow, those sparks are hitting hard. Like, considering that it's a 5 target or 5 shot hit. Okay, that doorway is going to continue causing problems for us until we grow out of this location. But yeah, it does look like we were going the correct way on the melee round. We did have the right idea in terms of where we needed to go. Are you going to just fall off? Did you already fall off? This room might actually be cleared. I think that rotated up. Okay. So, that one was just chilling there. Okay, we've now aggroed the enemies downstairs. They're going to all dive straight up the fucking... Oh, boy. I was not expecting them to navigate it that cleanly. That was fucking terrifying. Okay, they all rotated back downstairs, it looks like. Okay, these have rotated into the hallway with me, and I immediately start tagging that other room. Love that for me. We should be okay here. Oh, unless I walk myself into the wall. This is very, very close. I wasn't in the round part of the room yet. Okay, so... Alright, they have mostly fallen back down, I think. There's like one over here. Not gonna worry about it. Oop. Maybe should have been a bit more concerned about it. Oop. Whew. Shot too many attacks and could have died there easily, but we did it. We're all good. Okay. So, we now have this room cleared. Next on our agenda... Okay. So we took that brigand out. There's a bunch of enemies that are going to be approaching us from now on. Okay, that was toast. I managed to miss that entire pack. I don't think anything in this pack has been pulled yet. unfortunately... there we go. Okay, so we got a different angle there. Still not a good angle. Where the hell... Okay, there's one. Oh shit. I used 4 attacks, which should have been fine because I have 5 attacks, but I had already cast one. Okay, we're fine, don't worry about it. Okay, there we go. That was a nice angle. Okay. Go. Okay. I don't want to get into a really big fight in this room, if I can avoid it. I can, in theory, just jump up the platform behind me. I can presumably kite around it. There's like a lot of things I can, in theory, do. And all of them are going to be a little bit technically difficult to do in a way that I'm not super comfortable with when I'm... Yep, and there's the top tiers. And we really fucked this up bad, actually. We now have 2 top tiers. They're split right away from each other for now. We managed to kill this one. Let's see here. Okay, so the issue that we're going to run into here oh, is this... Oh, they're not locked in. The issue we're going to run into here is that these can probably kill me with a single hit. I believe I got hit with a single shot before that just wiped me. Let's see if we can just do this. No, it's too tall. The acidic ooze can't launch the bouncy projectiles, so that is fine. This one's locked in now. And dead. Okay, so that one's toast. Our goal is basically just to get this whole pack to come around the corner at us and not get gibbed by it. Is that mine or theirs? I assume it's theirs. I'm gonna just back away. Okay. Okay. That corrosive ooze is dead. Okay, we have a new one loading up. What type are you? It's another corrosive. Love that for me. Okay. Getting out of the room. Corrosive ooze is down. Okay. We're at 34%. Nice, so we have these here. They're not locked in yet. Okay, that's one down. Okay. Okay, that one died from indirect fire. They don't have a ton of HP. Okay. Okie dokie. So we can just keep peddling shots into this corner. No problem. Looks like all the corrosives have come through already, so we should be fairly safe until we have cleared this. The hope here is that we can get there we go. The hope is that we can get these dealt with and then get in the green. The standard oozes do not actually have a projectile, so do I feel like I should... Okay, that's one down, and that's the other one down. So I think we're just going to aggro everything in this corridor. Get an idea of what's here. And a thing we can even do if we want that might be a fun and good idea is if we could actually get all the enemies into this room and kind of like lock them down. We might be able to get in the green, not by killing them all, but instead that's one more of the corrosive down. I believe I have an idea of how to protect myself from these. I'm getting out of the room entirely. Those were decidedly too close to me. They were definitely askew from where I was hoping they were. On the plus side, these are faster than the other enemies. So, in all likelihood, once we've cleared out these, the actual dangerous part will be over. Okay, dodge this. We're just going to leave the room. Again, there's a decent chance that if we get hit by a single one of those, that we die instantly. And there's multiple that can come out on each attempt. Wow, we are weak. That's concerning. Okay. So, we're in the clear there. Luckily, I don't think weakness applies to magic for some reason. I think it's only for physical attacks. I don't know if the acidic slime can insta-give me or not, so I'm just not going to take any risks with it. If we can get this down... I think I'm going to peek around this corner. Nah, I'm not going to peek. I am going to peek. Okay, so we peeked. We're up to 40% now. And we can just keep clearing this pack. Once we have this line dealt with, I think we can probably secure a save room. Like, I think that this will allow me to get a position where I can save somewhere along this line. I don't necessarily think that I'll be able to do it without killing anything else, but I think that we will have, like, okay, I just need to clear this like room, like the swordsman, something like that, and then we'll be able to save, and we'll be able to save a lot of times. But I could be wrong. It's possible that we're going to need to clear out that middle section. We probably do need to clear out that middle section, huh? I feel like that's probably got a decent bit of overlap there. That one's toast. So we just keep shooting down this corridor. Okay. Okay, this has not been killed yet. Okay. It was pretty far away, so I felt pretty confident with that. Okay. One more down. I think I have Cure Poison now. So I can probably afford to be a little bit more aggressive with the normal oozes than I was with the others, because the normal oozes don't have a ranged attack. As long as I'm far enough away, I can just kill them for free. Do I have Cure Poison? You don't. Do you have Cure Poison? You don't. I have Expert Body, but I don't have any body spells. Like, at all. That's definitely the way to do it. Okay, so this is a normal ooze. And it is toast. We have enemies remaining in the corridor. That is an acidic ooze. It's still in the corridor. Looks like we have a normal ooze and an acidic ooze in that corridor still. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the acidic ooze is down. I'm just going to stand here, I think. Try to get it to come out. It did not. And I do not have Cure Poison for some reason. Presumably hubris? I'm thinking hubris. That seems like a good explanation. Okay, that is another one down. Let's see. There's a decent chance that there's enemies in this in-between space. Maybe not. Okay, we have this section cleared. So, with this section being fully cleared, let's head back upstairs. And we basically have a couple of options for how to handle this now. We can either try to handle it by clearing a route up here. I'm a little concerned about doing a ton of clearing up here. But I think this might be locked in position. We do know that it's solo. So we can clear this swordsman out. And then once this expert swordsman is down, we have that group right there is going to cause a problem. That is like dead center of the whole dungeon. I don't think that we can do anything over here without eliminating those. I think it might still be slime o'clock. If we can get the rest of these slimes cleared, then That'll be good. And we haven't seen any hits go out to higher tier oozes, I don't think. It's been just the normal one so far. So I don't have to be too concerned until we start seeing something moving quickly, or we see an attack hitting. Okay, that's another low tier. Okay. That's a corrosive ooze we need to get out. Okay, it's now approaching. That was a bad idea. Okay. Fuck, you move so fast! This is what happens when you get cocky. This is what happens when you get cocky. I knew that I was engaging in risky behavior, and it had fairly predictable results. Oh man, that's rough. That's pretty rough right there. Okay, we need to actually get ourselves to the point where we can make a second save. So we're at 17%. We have cleared less than half of what we had cleared before. We're going to get this room cleared. This room is a problem that we need to deal with. So, we never tried this room this time, even though we had already saved. There are a fuck ton of enemies in there. Okay, that was very silly of me. I could see that they were in there. For some reason, I was thinking, like, maybe those were downstairs. I wasn't expecting that there would be so many in that room that I would get obliterated like that after I had already cleared so much of the room. Okay. Fuck! I had plenty of room to kite still, and I just didn't do it. This room is a problem, but it's okay. We got this. We can get this room cleared. Once we get this room cleared, our life will get a lot simpler moving forward. Okay, we need to get out of here. Okay, this is low tiers. Okay, that was toast. We are having slimes just randomly shooting at us, which is not optimal for us. Yeah, it is important to pre-damage the enemies as much as you can. But, yeah, I... need to shoot into there. Oh, is there nobody left in? Okay. So, we've cleared this room. And the rest of the stuff that we have to deal with is slow and painful. Do we want to... I would like, if I can... Have I cleared these yet? I don't recall there being too many. Okay, so it doesn't matter. They are already cleared. There's the swordsman right there. I'm not going to open the door on you yet. And I believe we haven't killed the pack that's right inside this doorway. Correct. So. Fuck. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. We do have quite a few of them here. Ooh, they... Learn shield, okay, that's convenient. Okay, that one's toast. Okay, we get that, we get this. Now, I believe we've cleared this room, yes? Yes. We grab the plate. We jump across. Now, we already have some of these aggroed. We have 2 of them aggroed because I kept moving when I shouldn't have. Okay, we're all set there. We now have, I believe, a boss coming up in this room alongside a bunch of other random enemies. So, our goal here is to slow them down more than that. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna die in midair. Okay, I should have probably just pulled out to the next room. I just don't want to have to deal with the thing. So, we have this here. I don't think there's any way that I deal with this building without dealing with the slime situation. I'm gonna try something. That was not how I needed to do that. They were already aggroed, I didn't need to peek. So we're gonna pop over here. And we are going to open the door. They're not immediately aggroing on me for some reason. Okay, there's enough in here now that I'm gonna just check what happens if I go behind here. Okay, this one is a problem. Okay, Cassowary is beating them to death with melee, which is not what I'm looking for. Okay. So that's not going to be consistent enough for us to just sit there and Toxic Cloud through the door. I don't think that's going to work. I feel like... Let's open this door. Okay, that one's toast. We have these over here. I don't think we need these. These are not critical. We can open this, which just opens a door right next door. It's very close by. We're going to aggro this whole pack because reasons. I would really love to be able to just keep casting Sparks. Sparks slows the enemies down so much, and not being able to consistently spam it is a problem. One of the things that's most important with spellcasters is that they have specific tools for specific jobs, and so the sort of randomization element with the Elementalist is a fun mechanic, but it's definitely not great for dealing with complex situations. I'm going to... try this. Okay, we have a lot of these assholes on us right now. We're gonna try jumping across here, and actually maybe just stand really far away. We've tried standing close, and that did not end well for us. We're gonna try standing far away and see if this actually ends better. This is actually going... Whoa! The fuck? The corrosive oozes that just blink up to the top are so irritating. What is going on with this? Why are they teleporting up to me? Oh my god. That makes me feel like I need to kill the oozes first. But the thing is that's... What I need is this section cleared. And that isn't predominantly a problem with the oozes. The oozes are the thing that I need to kill after I have dealt with the more dangerous stuff. It's just that the more dangerous stuff includes, in this case, that room behind me. Let's see here. Because, yeah, I feel like... Yeah, these are actually... Wow. The RNG was not favoring me there. What am I going to do? Clearing this doesn't help me much. Let's see. Oh, okay, so you can one-shot me. That's good to know. Okay. I think what we're going to do... The thing that is the biggest issue for me, in terms of, the thing that's most likely to just kill me, is probably this room. This room, I think, needs to be cleared. It's very centrally located. And if I don't clear this room, I think that no matter where I try to save the game, I'm just going to fail to. So the other thing that I can do is if I can clear enough of the dungeon. Oh man, that wall saved our lives. We tucked around the corner before it attacked, or before it finished attacking, that is. And if you're behind the corner, it does in fact block it. If you're out of range, it doesn't. But if you're literally out of line of sight, it does. They need to have vision on you to when their attack finishes. Okay. Okay, that one's toast. I put myself in absolutely the wrong corner there, so I could have easily died, but worked out fine. We have a ruffian here. This can certainly two-shot me. I don't know if they can one-shot me or not. I don't think they can. Okay. So, that's dealt with. And we've now got this room cleared. So with this room cleared, we just need to clear all of the many, many things that we've already cleared, and we'll be fine. And this hallway is now safe, in the sense that I'm not going to be randomly shooting the wrong direction and failing to kite as a result. There we go. It's interesting, I accidentally aggroed both of them. So we got some leather armor, and the other one dropped off into the pit. So, we're going to check. I think we've cleared this. We have. So now, we just have the ones that are downstairs. So we rotate over here. We check for their positions. It looks like some of them might be standing in this corner. They sure are. They sure are. We finished this one off. And I think they've all gone down now. Okay. All set. Are you in this? Yeah. Okay, there we go. You were being sneaky, but it has not availed you. Fuck. Wait, are they unable to actually get to me if I just stay there? They might not be able to follow me if... they might just fall off. There's a decent chance that they just fall off if they reach me there. But only if I don't hit them when they're approaching. Alright. How are we doing? Okay. Alright. Took out the brigand. Okay. There is one that's trapped up here, I think. There's more than one trapped up here. Okay. That was spooky. Anybody else? Doesn't look like there's anybody else in this room. So, we have a couple of options for how to proceed. And I think we're going to proceed this way. I want to get an idea of these rooms. Okay, there's one. If we've only got one enemy at a time, we don't have great tunnels for kiting here, but I think they're good enough. And this is a fairly small pack, but it's not that small. There's almost certainly somebody in here. There we go. It's a brigand. Okay, we're gonna get to this hallway. And then from this hallway, we take you out. And part of what I'm trying to do here is just clear out easy packs. And, you know, it turns out they can one-shot me. God damn it. I didn't give enough respect to the ruffians. They can, in fact, one-shot me. Ugh. Alright. So, I need to do better. I need to do better. This stream has gone on too long for me to keep playing this badly. Let's see here. Do I want to actually... No, I don't think I want to do that. We are invested in what we have created here. I was thinking that maybe we would want to do a re-entry because we don't have a great startup here. We've got a good amount of total clearance, but not like this is a good starting clearance percent potentially, but not a good actual starting position. Okay. That was predictable. That actually... I lasted a surprisingly long time there. I was not expecting to last that long. I'm going to do something crazy just because I have to do something crazy every now and then to blow off steam. And we have confirmed that I'm not going to be able to do something incredibly stupid like going in the reverse direction. There's a lot of strategies that I could utilize if I wanted to, but I think more than anything else, there's one thing that I want to test out. So we need to clear our way to the ooze room again. And we're going to answer a question that was posited before in chat. And I think the answer to the question will be very delightful. Please don't kill me. I am not in the mood to play so badly and so unsuccessfully. Okay, we learned shield. Oh shit. It actually missed. We didn't kill it before it got its attack off. For those wondering, that was luck in the purest form, not just luck like, oh, good, lucky thing that it died. It's, oh god! We got around the corner. So, we blew through our extra life, but that'll come back eventually. We have multiple enemies in the corridor here. Or rather, on the bridge. Okay, that one's toast. quite a significant number that were in that corridor, it looks like. Unless we were in a position where they were willing to rotate up. Which is possible. Man, I was doing so well for so long, but now... Now I'm trying to go fast, and it's making me slow. Fuck! Okay, well, I could have died there, but we didn't. It's all good. Okay, okay. Fine, fine. I had blown all of my spells at an inopportune moment. Okay. So, what my goal is right now is we need to clear this room. There are some brigands in this room. This is not a great spot. I mean, I guess it's a better spot than I thought. Oh shit! Okay, that was scary. I could try to use. Oh, these have pre-aggroed. That's delightful. I love that for me. There's multiple brigands in this pack. This might just kill me outright because of the pre-aggro. The pre-aggro here is probably going to kill me. No, fuck! Oh, I almost got around the corner. That pre-aggro fucking killed me. Oh, why did they pre-aggro? Why are you like this? This is the penalty for. Well, you know, this is the penalty for losing. You know, if you lose any fights, you'll end up having to fight the enemies all together instead of nice and split. Oh, man. Yeah, that, however, is legitimately a bug. And we almost survived a very nasty encounter that we didn't... So, we're not opening that room anymore, because there's the possibility that we just have to deal with that pack again. So, we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to open that door. That's... Boom! Okay, we have multiple have come into this room now. And of course, because we haven't cleared the room, we're going to have to deal with attacking the enemies through the door. Okay. I do feel like I'm getting less consistent hit stuns than I would expect. I'm like, I think mistiming things because I'm not used to having the projectile involved, and it's just like making the timing weird. Because in theory, I should be able to pretty much just permanently hit stun an enemy with just well-timed attacks. Because it can't get the immunity to hit stun that comes from attacking if it's at range, right? Like these melees should be okay. Okay, that was real rude. That was real rude right there. I can't even, like, try to shoot into that room from here because of the doorway. Okay. Cassowary getting the kill. Okay. Cleared that out. Okay. The reason that I had opened this door... Whoops. I just opened again. Okay, this time they didn't pre-aggro, so that's convenient. We are going to kill these, I think. Why did I do that? I knew that was not an appropriate location. I think part of it is like melee instincts because I have different requirements on a melee versus a range in terms of like what's the appropriate means to like chain stun them. Okay, another ruffian here. This is the one that killed me last time. It's also possible the other one was that I've already killed is the one that killed me last time. There's no guarantee that I'm actually hitting the same target at the same thinger. And I guess last time I got killed by a brigand, actually, so... This is actually a big pack. I guess I should be glad that I didn't aggro. That I didn't pre-aggro the entire enemy pack here. Okay. So, that's done. I don't know that that is this entire section cleared. It's not. We have at least one more. So we didn't even aggro all the brigands in this pack the last time. The pre-aggro. The sparks keep confusing me. I'm just not used to seeing, like, clusters of projectiles anymore. Like that. Okay. There is an enemy still. But it's only the one. We can clear you out. And honestly, this corner is pretty far away. This corner might be a serviceable location, even without having killed that other pack. So, we'll see. We've got a chest there. We're not going to grab that chest yet. We do probably need to kill the oozes, but honestly, maybe not even that. This section here is really far away from everything else. Okay, I don't know. Okay, we didn't just miss everything. I don't know if there's a door here or not. It looks like there is not. So we've got a swordsman in here. Is that the only enemy in here? I don't remember. No. Perfect. Okay, ruffian's toast. Okay, swordsman's toast. So, we are going to single pull this room. That's not how you do it. Okay, never mind. We're not single pulling it because I accidentally walked too far forward and aggroed the whole room. Well, some number of people in the room. There we go. Take a Pot shot there. Did not accomplish our objective. There we go. You know, I was wrong. It did accomplish our objective perfectly. I just needed more patience. Learn shield again. That's convenient. Toss. Okay. Yes, we have. Okay. This will also give us an idea for the melee run of what we need to clear. And I think that really all we need is to clear this section. This section is actually very self-isolated. Like, this is very much by itself. Okay, let's toast. So, it's possible that I don't even need to kill the slimes, but I don't think that's true. I think I need to kill the slimes. Okay, that's another brigand. And this is why you play it safe. Because I keep thinking, that's surely that's everybody. Or at least everyone dangerous. I can just, like, go peek, right? And the last two enemies that I found were brigands. Okay, I am going to peek. There is just one thug left. And there we go. We're at 29%. And we've... Wait! We are in the green here. I need to remember this about this dungeon. We can save the game. And we can save the game 4 more times. We are set. This area is the place to go. By getting to this section, we basically gain full run of the place. We're going to go clear that entire section again over here. And once we've cleared this first group of slimes, we'll save again. And then we'll have somewhere around half of the dungeon cleared. There we go. We got one eventually. Okay. You know what would help? Is a metronome. I say that. I have a perfect sense of rhythm, so... I don't need no metronome. You know how they say some people have perfect pitch? I have perfect rhythm. Just ask anybody. I shouldn't say that too loudly, because I might get contramanded by the person in the other room. Ask anyone. Someone screams from the other room. Nope! Not true. Bartole lying up a storm again. Shocking nobody. Okay. So, Toxic Cloud tagged that. We got the layered sparks. Not the layered sparks, the layer of sparks. Layered sparks would imply that I have multiple castings of it. Okay. Okay, looks like we didn't pull all of them into this room yet. Okay. Well, it's toast. Okay. So we've cleared this room. Do I actually want... I think I do. Just because this will allow me to do some more aggressive plays. I'm actually going to go all the way to the east here. We're going to save the game over here. And with us having saved over here, I'm now going to go full blast. I'm going to try to aggro everything in this tunnel all at once and lure all of them to here. That didn't work, but I'm going to do it again. The goal here is to save time, right? We've done this the way that is safe, and then because I got fatigued from playing it safe for so long, like the amount of time that I'm investing into it became a problem. Now we need to see if we can play a bit more aggressively. So, like, as an example, can I get everything that I have right now to approach me? If I can get them all to come out of that room, and then lock them all in that corner, then I can pull some shenanigans that I think will be very fun. Hello, Crash. Okay, we're not jumping up anymore. That was bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over here. We now have quite a lot of these pulled. And my goal is to get as many of them lodged in this corner as possible while we load up
Ready to use.
Fireball. The goal right now is for as many of these as possible to be standing right there. So that did 400 damage. That did 400 damage. Okay. Now, unfortunately, it looks to me like they're not all happy to lock themselves in this corner permanently, which is very rude of them. They're supposed to just nicely hang out right here and make my life easy. Okay, which they did not do. However, we've now pulled the entire room. I'm going to stand right here while they load in, and we're going to see how many we can get to seep in here. My hope is most of them can be pulled all at once. We can get 2 more coming in. And the rest of them, I think we can get them all loaded. I think this will work. It just takes some time because they meander around so much, but I think we can load all of these by just standing right here. If we load them all, then we've got some interesting plays that we can do. So the most obvious one is once these have loaded in, we just put them in that corner and start fireballing them. I don't know how we'll lock them in that corner. The issue with that strategy, more so than that though, is using that strategy, there's going to be a lot of attacks. Can I load all of you in here, or will you get body blocked? Is that meaningfully... Is the tail there getting smaller at all? I don't really know. Wait.
Go.
Let's go. Yeah, spellcasters suck at corners, huh? Oh my god. Oh, baby. Oh, man. That'll do. That will do. So we're in a position of perfect safety. They are not attacking while we're doing this because we're never peeking to become visible to them. We are peeking up a little bit just to shoot the fireball over this lip. But we're not getting direct line of sight to the enemies at any point. So we can do this. This will allow us. I should have investigated more. I was definitely not making full usage of the fact that I have spellcasters. Especially the other great thing, this is the only AoE I have. And since it's the only AoE I have, he's not going to random every time, right? Mina will just keep using this ability, and it'll be great. Unfortunately, we don't have, like, enough mana regen for this to be super efficient, because we're only hitting for, like, a few hundred to, like, 1,600 with each hit. Okay, I think that was worse. But yeah, some of them are dead. It says it hits for a total of X amount of damage. It doesn't tell you that the targets that are dead, I don't think. So let's go ahead and peek. There's nobody here right now. So I think everything but the corrosives is already dead. Okay. And that's, you know, all well and good, but obviously the corrosives are the most dangerous enemies. But we even got the corrosives most of the way dead. I think that that's every enemy that was here. So we have a couple options here. I think we're going to stand right where we are right now for this exact moment. And you know what? That was a very fast strategy. I think that we have space. What time is it in game? It's now 2:30. I think we have a little bit of space to engage in just shenanigans here. I don't know how many of these are the lowest tier. It looks like not all of them. But rather than do things in the least aggressive way, we are going to be more aggressive. And there is an enemy directly below me that I didn't notice. That's where the aesthetic went. I should have cleared out the... that was certainly a thing that I did. Okay, is that... Yes, so that's these cleared. we've reached the point where we got weakness the last time. And I believe... Is that everybody cleared in this whole pack now? Was there more here? Doesn't really look like it. There's some over here, though. I don't want to fight them in these corridors. These corridors are very tight, so it's very easy for this to kill me. Okay, I somehow did not die. And we're going to load these. And do we want to load them both at the same time? I don't even know that we do. The corrosives are faster to fight because they move so quickly. They get themselves into position faster. Okay, so that first one's dead. We have one more. I do think I want to finish clearing this one before we go pull the other side. So we're going to get this one. Okay, we've loaded ourselves in. And it does seem like it's been fighting down there. Fuck. But yeah, once we start accumulating damage in larger quantities, we're going to run into the issue of being able to just, like, gib ourselves. But what my hope is right now is that we can basically wait until morning in here, and then we can leave and train, because we'll be able to kill these quickly enough to get there before 5 o'clock. I'm going to just dive out here, because we did just save. We saved for a reason. The reason is so that we can aggro this entire chain. And we know that the start here has a lot of low tiers. We are at the entrance. Okay. We're pulling out. Okay. I don't remember. That was more dangerous than it had to be. I'm going to try to burn through the corrosive ooze in the front. Oh, okay, well that would have killed me if it had hit anybody else. Okay, Cassowary gets the kill there. Okay, we don't have anybody else loaded into the slot. How can I get them loaded? The answer is by putting myself in danger. That's how I can get them loaded. Okay. Okay, Fireball only hit for a total of 200 damage there. I might actually be better off shooting the wall, because even though I can only attack with one target that way, nah, this isn't going to do more DPS. Okay, I don't think we have a ton of the top tiers left. We're up to 46%. My goal is basically to clear all of the oozes. Just get them completely done. Okay, that's spooky. And then once I've cleared all of the oozes, fuck. Okay. We can move on to other things. I don't know how much more we need than just the oozes, but it looks like we're going to need at least a fairly considerable amount more than just killing these oozes in order to finish the job. So if I stand here, will that load you in? Oh, it might load more than one in. Okay, we can... Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we have the corrosive oozes here. Okay, that is a shot that we need to dodge. Just gonna get over here. Comes straight at me. Okay. Rude. Okay. Okay, Cassowary kills that ooze. Okay, that is done. So, we're at 49%. Who's here? Normal ooze, we can just clear it. No problem. So. Okay. There's a very good opportunity for Fireball in theory. I'm wondering if I should actually rotate back to the green just to regenerate my resources a little bit. I think I'm going to, because we have to set these up a little bit anyway. So let's go over here. Do I have any spells that I'm maintaining that I don't really need to? I don't think so. I think all the spells that I'm maintaining are important DPS buffs. So I think I will maintain them for now. Yeah, we only have 32% of our primary mana pool. So we will, over time, be able to move more of the buffing duties to other characters, which is going to be a huge help. But also, as they, I don't think they even have Expert yet at Enlightenment. They don't. They don't even have Expert Enlightenment yet. So and it looks like they're getting themselves stuck on walls here, which is amazing for me. Because they're getting themselves stuck on these walls, they actually might not be able to hit me from here. We're definitely able to hit them at least a bit. But it does look like it's only the indirect fire that's getting the job done, and the fireball. because they're stuck in a unfortunate position in that wall there. So it's hurting their DPS, but it's also hurting mine. So I think, considering the okay, yep, that was their projectile, not mine. Okay, Acidic Ooze is dead. Okay. We're at 51%. Oh, we have a Corrosive Ooze on our ass. I might die here. Okay. Ooh, that is very concerning. Wait, I can cast Preservation. I completely forgot I had it. Now, that's not going to save my life against these, I don't think. I think that ability that they're using, I think that eradicated me. Eradication is not, like, indicates that they're dealing such an enormous amount of damage that they're definitely going to put me below my max life, which is the threshold for preservation in this mod. At least it was the last time I checked. So instead of being, negative equal to your endurance, it's negative equal to your total hit points, which is not guaranteed to be, but which is usually a substantially higher value. Okay, it did just cast a spell. It doesn't seem to have... actually launched in my direction at all. That did, though. Oh boy. Yeah, we're only hitting with our AoEs. It looks like. The AoEs in the Toxic Cloud. Yeah, even when we do more fancy movement, it doesn't change anything there. So we're going to tag this. Okay, that is shooting at me. Oh, we're in the green down here now. That's interesting. We need to burn through this. Okay. With that one down... walking right into the projectile. If I maintain vision on them, I think I can just sidestep all their projectiles because they move very slowly. Okay. So my hope here is that I can successfully... Ooh. That's a problem. Okay, we need to dodge that. Please! I think I jumped over it. Woo! We should have saved. Oh, we should have saved. It's fine. This is all gonna go great. Nobody's having flashbacks. Okay. There we go. Oops. Okay. We're basically dodging that. Nope, we're not. God damn it. I misjudged where it was going to end up going to. Okay, so we are going to try that again. I would like to be able to deal with that room in a more convenient way than having to get a shootout over there, but unfortunately I do think that they're probably going to lock themselves in that way, and then I'm going to just be made sad. I think that that's probably what I can expect. I can try going over here and maybe trying to see if I can figure out a way to load more of them over there. It looks like we've managed to get these flowing. In the right direction to some degree. If I move further this way, can we rotate more of them into this room? Their movement's a bit awkward. Unfortunately. I might be able to consolidate a lot of them in this exact spot. Let's see if the ones down there are willing to approach still. I need to move a little bit this way. Okay, I need to jump. That's not a lot. That means that we're not hitting the whole pack. That's right here. Alright, we can just stand right here. Let's see if they go nicely into the corner for me. Okay. Why are you hitting the ground? We're only hitting for 500. There we go, 600 there. 800 there. Is this the way? The advantage of just standing in this exact spot is that the enemies do appear to be consolidating the way that I want them to, and it's very safe. The disadvantage is that we're not doing as much damage as we would be if we were hitting with more than one target. Wait, that's interesting. When it's saying not enough spell points, it's actually ticking up my combo meter. That's pretty funny. Okay, we took out some of them there. That is so many. There's so many sitting here now. Alright, yes. I think that just sitting in this corner is maybe the best bet. Because while we were here, they were all nicely consolidating, and then they stopped nicely consolidating once I left. Don't like that. I'm gonna stay right where I am. 300. Yep. So we've now depositioned the enemies, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, we're heading for like 500 right now. I don't know how much of that is the enemies getting out of position and how much that is the oozes all being dead. Like, the lowest tier are probably all dead. Okay, we're just going to wait until that ticks down to 0 and fire. And it does look like we need a little bit more time than just enough time for that to go back to 0, unfortunately. Okay, another one just died. What time is it? 6:49 a.m. See, the issue is that those have lethal, and so if I dive over there like that, I'm risking a death. I think it's actually maybe better for me to turn off both of these buffs. Because what else am I reserving? Do I have like fire resistance active? I do. I'm going to turn off fire resistance as well. So we're going to actually go over here to regen back up to full mana. And we're going to see if I have these spells off. Do I have anybody else who can cast some of this shit to make my life a little easier? You can cast Preservation. That's potentially useful under certain contexts. It costs a lot of my mana. What is the other thing that I have maintained? Meditation, which I do need. I don't think I want to do that. We don't have enough mana to justify that right now. You could cast Meditation instead, though. Maybe I do this. We set you to do Meditation, you to do Preservation, and now both of you have something useful to do. You have Noxious Cloud. You don't have any buffs that you could be maintaining right now, really. So... okay, let's try this again. So, we've now got ourselves a substantially larger mana pool, and I believe that mana regen is based off of your current mana pool, not your theoretical mana pool. I think it used to be based off of your theoretical mana pool, but is currently based off of your like actual mana pool when you consider that a bunch of your mana is not available because you have dedicated it to other things. I'm going to try to consolidate all of these enemies together again. We had a really, really large pack there. The only issue that we ran into was that I got impatient. And if I hadn't gotten impatient, we probably would have been fine. So we will try to maximize our mana efficiency. And if we can get like half of this pack in one place, that'll just be incredibly clutch. I just need them to keep leaking into the right location. And it looks like they are. The ones in the bottom there, I think we can get them all to leak here. Just by waiting long enough. And we have some that are over there already. So we can get an idea of how many are in this position. It looks like there's maybe one, maybe two. And how about this position? Only one that I'm hitting, if I hit there. It does look like more and more of them are leaking in here because I'm not seeing them in the hallway anymore. Okay, we've got... They are, interestingly enough, leaking to the point where they're getting stuck in that corner, which is nice. I'm going to pre-damage some of these because a lot of these are probably the corrosives, because the corrosives move the fastest, so they're the most likely to be in position early. Yeah, we're just going to start... We can actually just keep staying right here if we want. We don't need to move. So we got one down. Let's wait a bit. We're going to let our mana regenerate while we accumulate more enemies over here. It looks like the pack is pretty well settling here. We've got some of them settling elsewhere, but this part of the pack does seem to be... It seems like when they leak in, they don't leak back out. But yeah, my mana regen is garbage, so... I'm going to wait until 0. Wait until 0. Wait until 0. Basically, I want to not use the less mana efficient form. I want to just use the baseline, most mana efficient version of this that I can get. And we'll see how far we can get just standing in this spot. Doing this. No, I mistimed that. Perfect sense of rhythm. Absolutely perfect. Oh, can I just stand here? I don't need to jump. No, I do need to jump. I wasted an empowered fireball on that. Ooh, look at that. 601. We're not hitting for the crazy, like, 1,500 damage hits that we were doing just now, unfortunately. But that's okay. Oh, right. I don't know why I was waiting for the yellow thing to turn a different color. I'm like looking at the gemstone instead of looking at my charges. Okay, so we have a bit of a silly and cheesy strat that we have to implement here, just because these are extremely threatening and have projectiles that bounce. This is a very interesting dungeon, I think. It's not going to be the most difficult thing to do, I think. Now that I remember how the dungeon layout is, I think we can make this work on the melees as well. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I think that we can do a decent job with this. Okay, we took out some more of them. And it does look like the, whatchamacallit. The pack has sort of sifted into its final positions. Unfortunately, we only have like a couple of them left in that corner. I don't think that we got anywhere near as many into this pack as we did the previous time. I don't know how we managed it last time. But we're almost to 50%. And that's at least somewhat useful. But yeah, I have to figure out, and maybe now's a good time to try to figure it out. Because we don't need to necessarily be fighting these little, like, whatever's in there right now. because it's presumably like a couple of corrosives that have the potential to one-shot me if I don't deal with them appropriately. But yeah, one thing that I'm curious about is, could I just rotate over here and basically dick around over here until they rotate to a position that's more pleasant for me. I feel like the answer to that is probably yes. We also have more space to play with here than we did before. Oh, right, yeah, I haven't cleared this pack yet. So we're going to be taking risks if we're clearing these kinds of rooms. See, like, I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. Okay, so... Fortunately, we didn't manage to pull the enemies much over there either, so it's not like there's a huge amount of benefit. This could be a potential value. I don't think I can jump up here, right? I think we established that this is not a large enough gap for me to jump into. I thought it was, but it's not. So I'm going to go over here, and I think we will finish clearing this pack. Oops. We're going to finish clearing this pack with our fireballs.
Ready to use.
Oops.
Want some?
Okay, that's one down. Presumably the other one is also low. I'm gonna wait till purge our stacks. That only hit for 75. There's only one enemy here. There's not more. There's way more than one enemy here. Oh, that's interesting. So why am I only hitting one enemy? That's weird. Okay, it's rude for you all to not get hit. Okay, so for this, we're gonna just start shooting down this corridor. Okay, it's now in here again. I am concerned about fighting this. Okay, we're only hitting for 42 now. Fail. Fuck. Okay, it was still around. Okay. You know what it might have been? It might actually have been the weakness. Rude. Okay, Corrosive Ooze is dead. So, that is this pack dealt with. That is a pretty massive pack, actually. So, we've now got 52% completion. I think that we might actually just clear this. And then once we've cleared this, what the fuck is a ruffian doing here? Did you navigate this entire dungeon to catch up to me? No, you fell down. You fell down in the bridge room, I think. Okay, that scared the ever-loving shit out of me. I was like, wait, how did you get here? Why are you here? What's happening? Okay. Yeah, that obviously makes sense. Okay. You know what? We are, because of the fact that we have so much of our damage that's going to be coming out of the other character now, we are going to swap these back on. Did we have another thing? We did. What was the last thing? Empower. It was, yes, it was Fire Aura. Because this will improve the toxic cloud damage as well. So, at the moment, we're in a position of mostly safety, but periodically there will be shots that come our way and we need to dodge them. It's my intention to clear out this first thing here and actually just save after that. If we can save after clearing... The problem is that I'm not the only... that they're not the only ones using these toxic cloud effects. So sometimes it takes me a while to recognize that that one's coming toward me. And that's a problem. But yeah, unfortunately, it's going to take a long time to clear through all of these. You know, I don't think I'm even hitting with the fireballs from here. I think I need to be further out to even hit with the fireballs. Let's take a look. All of these are injured, so unclear. Okay, fireball did hit there. You dodge out of that projectile. We dodge out of that projectile again. Okay, fireball's hitting there. We're actually completely out of spell points. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go regain my spell points by walking over to the green. Because we need... The character with Toxic Cloud can't not be able to cast. That is not acceptable. But yeah, once we start picking up more of our spell arsenal, we should be able to start doing, like, quite considerable AoE damage. For now, these kinds of fights are very slow, because we only have one character who's AoEing, and they're not AoEing really that effectively in the first place. They're just using Fireball, which is good, but it doesn't compare to, like, if I could use Inferno in a space like this. I could be hitting like every single enemy in this room with every single attack, right? And I don't think in this case I'd actually be able to hit all the enemies that are in the back. But principally, I'd be able to do some really crazy stuff with it. And Fireball will still come in handy when I've got access to stuff like Inferno, because for some situations, like the room that we were in over here, for a room like that, we can actually save right now. I think we do. I think this is the time to save. We save the game, and we now just need to get another 10-ish% to be done. And that... Okay, that can hit me from there. Oh, God! Wait, is that mine? Did I just shoot the ground or something? Oh, there is a corrosive ooze over there. Okay. I was thinking that this pack didn't have any corrosive oozes in it, but it does. Can I would love to get myself to a position where I could actually hit these. Life drain hit. Okay. So I did manage to get myself to a position where I could actually hit these. And that's excellent, because I really, really need to speed things up here. Alright, that didn't actually do that much damage. So we have confirmation that the acidic ooze don't hit very hard with their projectiles. Which makes sense. Oozes are melee enemies that have access to ranged attacks. They're not primary spellcasters. Okay, we're dead. Unless this misses. It didn't hit us. Okay, we're fine. So, whoa! Okay. So, we need to clear out this thing. There we go. Oops. That's weird. Would have expected that to be fairly consistent, but... Okay. Are they both gonna... Yes, they're now both going to come up. We can dodge this. Okay. And it didn't kill us, which is great. I love that for me. I love being not dead. Unfortunately, it did rotate up the other side, which means that we need to re-aggro it. We need to bring it down. We need to bring it back in the room. Can I bring you back by being here? I don't think so. I think they mostly aggro when we're over here, right? This is when they tend to leak. Okay, we did get tagged by the acidic ooze there, which sucks. I'm gonna stand right here. Okay, this worked. We got him in. I think that acidic just died. Sure seems to be the case. And we have just saved, so rather than take the slow route... Is that... did it... Wait, did it die? Did it die? Did it run away? Did it teleport? What happened? Okay, don't know what happened there. I don't think we killed that thing. It pulled a disappearing act, as they do so love to do. Okay, we have another corrosive there. And this is not a great place to be fighting it, but it's not the worst place to be fighting it. Okay. They don't have a ton of HP. Like, they're pretty durable for something that we're only able to hit with, like, a character at a time, but not that durable for something that we're just plowing into in a hallway. So, the only reason that I'm not more willing to fight them in this hallway is because of the fact that I'm inattentive, I don't have the ability to save, and they, the projectiles can reflect in weird ways. Like, I would be very comfortable fighting the acidic oozes, like, all day. Even though, objectively, there's some danger here. You saw that they had a slightly offset attack just now, but it wasn't very offset. And if you have a slightly offset projectile set coming from them, there's the potential that you can't dodge both of them. Or that you can't dodge both of them easily at any rate. That it becomes a lot harder to deal with. So we're at 60%. We have more oozes in here to deal with. We haven't actually run into any bosses. Whoa! Okay. I think we're far enough along this hallway that they can't reflect it off of the back wall at us. So we should be fairly safe here unless it reflects off of one of these areas. So like if I was standing here and the projectile hit this, it might be able to reflect back out at me. But as long as we're really close to the end here, they theoretically shouldn't be able to reflect it off the back wall and back at it. Maybe because it just is too far. The range on the spell isn't long enough for that. Okay. That one's toast. For some reason we keep losing our wizard eye. For periods of time. Okay, that's a boss. I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Yep. So we got hit with a double there, where we were able to dodge the first one fairly casually, but the second one came in and just fucking obliterated us. So we have a boss here. I'm wondering if it makes sense. I'm gonna stand right here. Because I think I can hit with everybody if I'm standing right here. And I'm just going to be as aggressive as humanly possible to try to clear to the point where we were just now. Unfortunately, we're no longer going to be able to AoE both packs, but that's okay. Okay, now we can go back to this one. And I think that there is... Light Bolt just hit, so we know that we're in a position where we can hit them from here. Okay, Light Bolt hit again. Okay, that's another one toast. So, these cannot just instigate me. So, we have that, which can. I think we're okay right now. Again, I don't think that we're close enough to the back wall to be at risk. So this is going to basically just come down to, we don't have enough food to save. And my goal here is to try to survive this. Fuck. Okay, we're fine. Luckily, that wasn't two corrosives or anything like that. Fuck! I'm dead. I thought that I thought that I'd reached the exit. We might not be dead. We're probably dead. We might not be. We're not dead. We're fine. Okay. So, that corrosive was low enough that we were able to kill it before it finished its spell. And now we can just move forward, clear this thing out. We're not going to... I don't know if I want to even try to pull the boss here. The boss is going to be pretty rough. So I might not even want to bother trying to pull it. But that being said, I don't know if it makes more sense to try to go after any of the other people either, because they are... there's very dangerous packs are kind of all that I have out there, I think. In theory, if I manage to pull just one at a time, I think I should be able to safely pull the boss. The issue that I'm going to run into... Whoa, we've got a lot aggroed all of a sudden. I don't know how that happened, but we've got many aggroed. One of which is a corrosive. Okay, we have the boss aggroed. I don't love that for me. We have the boss and a corrosive aggroed at the same time. This is very bad. We're not going to do anything fancy at the moment, other than making sure that we're actually looking at our map. Okay. And now we turn around. We get to here. We now have the boss. And nice timing on the wizard eye going down. That was very cute. Very cute of you to do that. Wait, are you a shadow?
Go.
Is that what you are? I think this is Shadow. I think that's what Shadow does, is it disables your wizard eye. It's a Shadow corrosive. That's what Shadow does. Shadow breaks your wizard eye. Okay, we now know. Okay, it actually got itself stuck in that corner over there. Which is going to take a while for us to burn through, unfortunately. And there's not... We can't really realistically dive it, because its projectiles are too dangerous to just dive it. You know, I was wondering about that. How low are you? It's getting there, but it's getting there pretty damn slowly, considering that we... oh, we're completely out of mana on both of these characters. We're actually just going to go get mana and come back. How much... We're not going to get there in time, unfortunately. We're not going to get out of here before... we run the risk of getting the insanity proc. That's unfortunate. I think what we're going to have to hope for is that we can get the entire dungeon done? we can't allow my party to go insane. That's like a fail condition for the Wizards run. Like, I can technically cure it eventually, but I'm not going to be playing a caster run where I have no SP to spend the entire run. Like, that would be... Fuck me. That would be a crazy way to play. So, that is a problem. We got that up to 62% with just those. If we can get a... we still have several hours left on this. So, if we still have several hours left, can we find a room that's faster? And I feel like the answer to that is definitely yes. So, like, as an example, this room here is fast in terms of time. We're going to get a lot of, like, high-value targets cleared out in short order by clearing this room. Please? Okay. The other thing that I need to do, we need to swap you back to single target, because we're not going to be doing predominantly AoEs. Whoa. Okay, clear you out. Okay, 56%. We need 9% more than we have right now. So there's probably, what, 200 or 300 enemies in here? So we probably only need to kill, like... I don't know, 20 or 30 enemies would be my assumption. Fuck. But yeah, I think this is the way to do this, probably. If we clear if we clear this pack first, we can go back to clearing oozes. And if we clear the oozes quickly, we might have enough from that. Now that I think about it. This room might be sufficient, along with the oozes, that we can kill before the boss. Check those before. Okay, we need to swap to this. Okay, we have extras over there. Okay, that's cleared. It's funny seeing the projectile there and not having to worry about it being something that's going to kill me. Okay. Almost died there. Like, I feel like that should have gotten hit stunned there by that that projectile. Okay. Fuck. But yeah, we need to get this room. I think if we get this room, we're done. We basically get this room, and then we go fight the easy oozes in that order, because we keep dying here, so we need to do the thing. And if we do that, I think we can leave the dungeon and hopefully train. Okay, I'm gonna die. Okay, we managed to dodge all of those attacks by dicking around the corner. Dicking around the corner instead of ducking around the corner? Close enough. Close enough for government work. Alright. Please die. Thank you. Okay, that one's toast. We still have like 5 more of these things in here, so... Jesus Christ. This thing is really causing problems for me. We keep getting this brigand or a brigand in that same situation. We're gonna die here. We can't tag that one at all. God damn, that brigand. Oh my god, they keep coming around the corner at me. Okay, we need to change the strat that we're doing for this. We were doing this fairly consistently before, and now we're not anymore, and I don't know why. But that's okay. The other thing is that I could put stone skin on. Whoa. That was dangerous. I had double speed on for longer than I needed to have it. Okay. Why did I come this way? This is not where I need to be, I don't think, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about it. We're just pop into this corridor. We're going to pull all of these this way to an elevator. Wait, what are you doing here? I forgot they were there. I aggroed and didn't kill the enemies in the bridge room. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna cause problems for me. Okay, I think I need to deal with the bridge room enemies first. That's a priority. And maybe clear them and some of the others rather than... I forgot that these were here. Okay, so I think we can deal with these. Hopefully. Okay, so unfortunately we are going to have to deal with them in a more complicated way than I would hope for. We're going to swap to sparks.
Ready to use.
I don't think this is going to do anything for me. It did not. Are we still in sparks? We are still in sparks. So we are going to jump down. The issue is this one is right here, and it's going to just block me from moving through. So if that hadn't blocked me from moving through, then we might have been okay there. But they've actually got a positioning there that is really bad for me because we're trying to do things quickly. And we could burn through that pack over time, but time is not a thing that we have in excess. So I can try jumping up here. And if I'm up here, can I just kill you all? Okay, the fireball is actually hitting them. Okay, that's actually gonna do good work for us, probably. They're both out of the room now. Okay, that hit them both. I can't get any lower, unfortunately. Okay, that hit them both. How are we doing? They're still pretty tanky. Unfortunately, I don't have an angle right there. I don't know why I jumped. That was silly of me. Okay, if I can get a little bit further away, we might be able to make this work, but I don't think I can get a little further away without... Oh, that's amazing. Okay, that one died. Light bolt comes out. Toxic. Okay. What time is it? 2 o'clock. Do I just make the run for it? Yes. Okay, I almost just killed myself, but I didn't. It is important to note that I did not. Okay. Point of order, I did not kill myself. Okay, so we're at 56%. Is there anybody else that I can take as a freebie now? We'll see. There's this one over here that I think is reasonably free, as long as I don't, like, completely feed it an attack. Doesn't have very much HP, so... We're gonna try to do this. The goal here... Okay, I can just jump across. I don't need the jump spell to jump across this. However... Okay. However... Okay, so I've now cleared that. Those can potentially come aggro through the thing on me. So we do need to be careful of that. We're now in the green, though, so they shouldn't be approaching me until we move further along in this route. So... what my goal is right now... is to basically... What am I doing? I don't have Fireball being cast. Okay, we need to cast Fireball. Okay, we definitely don't want to let them get into melee range, where they'll start killing us, because I think that they'll do substantially more damage in melee than they do at range. Okay, Cassowary did just get a hit, so we're all good. Okay. And it does look like this room, we didn't aggro anything too fancy. We did risk getting hit by both of those because I panicked. And... okay, Cassowary and Life Drain were hitting those, so... Alright. So, we have it at 60%. And what time is it? It is 4 o'clock. I don't think we're getting... I don't think we're getting out of here in time to head to the thing. It might be open until 6. There's a trio of attacks. Okay, we got the top tier down. Unfortunately, we have another top tier in the back. Is that 1 or 2, actually? That might actually be 2. I think it's probably just 1. What just happened? Did that thing blink to somewhere else? Do we keep fighting over here? I think that we're going to kill this one because it's here. And then we need to... I don't know what the fuck is happening with these things just appearing out of thin air and dying in my face, but it has me very concerned. Okay, we're gonna move on. That's the last that we can clear of that reasonably safely. We need 3% to get more done. It's not 4 p.m. That is lying. It's just what time it was when I hovered over initially. So it is now 4:49. there's no way we're getting there before 6. So I think we need to get out of here and grab food so that we can save. That's our current objective. Let's see here. How are things going over here? Over here, we have them on both sides of this bridge. I don't know why this one on this side is just standing still. And it's very concerning. But it's alone. So hopefully... no, not that one. I want to do sparks. Hopefully, this goes okay. I need you to figure out what you're doing. Okay, that one's toast. So with that one toast, we can start tearing into this one. With this one being torn into, we can swap to single target. Let's do Acid Burst first. If we can clear out this Thorn Brigand, we'll be getting real close. We're at 63. We generally need somewhere between 65 and 70%. My assumption is that we need to kill 2 or 3 enemies per percent, based off of what we've seen so far. So this might get us to 64, at which point we just need a few more, or it might not. I don't think bosses still give a disproportionate amount of clearance, but I'm not sure on that. It might be tied to their HP bar, in which case they would still give a disproportionate amount because it's like they have more HP. But regardless, it wasn't enough to get 1%, but killing those 2 was. So we should have less than 4 enemies that we still need to clear. I think that this next room should get the job done. I feel like it's been pretty consistent that it's been, like, actually 65% since I started playing. It's possible that it's been, like, the code has been optimized so that it actually always tags immediately at 65%. Because I've gotten close to 70% before tagging the message at sometimes, but I don't know that I've ever gotten above 65% exactly in the current patch. And we are just going to play this safe. We know that there's several in here, and they're very close to us in physical space, right? Like, we have multiple that are already aggroed here. I think... It's not gonna be... Oh, it is. Okay. 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 They are not dead yet, which makes me sad. Please! Okay, we're at 65%. Any kill has the potential to be the kill that we need. And every time we hit an enemy, there's a very good chance that they are going to get, like, jostled in such a way that they come attack us. Unfortunately, we're completely out of mana, which I really don't like right now. I'd like to be hitting the target that I'm actually closer to rather than this one in the back. But it's fine. We'll get there. Fuck. I didn't think there were any more on that side. We're in trouble. They're following us real tight. We missed the jump. If they fall down, we're fucking toast. They didn't fall down. We're fine. Okay. If I hadn't missed that jump, we would have been able to clear them. But now we have to rotate back up to them, which is going to be a whole thing. And how funny would it be if while I was running through here, I ran past that doorway and just got gibbed through the doorway? Because they've taken pot shots at me before. They've always missed because they get like either fake line of sight, which is probably the more likely of the two, or because sometimes the enemies think they have line of sight when they don't, and so they'll do their attack animation. Well, what it might be is that the attack animation itself pulls them. Okay, we are at 66%, so 65% is not going to be consistently getting us the thing. We're still working with some variability here. We've never hit. Please, I need you. You are not doing the thing that I need you to do. Okay, there is still another enemy in here. Okay, we did tag it. I then moved because I'm very smart like that. Please. Monsters are weak and can no longer resurrect. We're getting the fuck out of here. Let's go. Okay, so this dungeon is well on its way to being defeated. There's one big issue, which is that at 3 o'clock, we're going to start going insane. And I need to figure out how I want to handle that. I don't want to allow my party to go insane. On a normal melee run, that's something I can work with. It's absolutely not a thing I can work with on this run. So there's a couple of options for how to deal with that issue. We basically need to get out of this zone within like 5 hours, though. You know, interestingly enough, everybody's even up. We're all even Stevens right now. We've got caught up. That's great. Is this... Okay, I'm actually now realizing when I have equal bolster between all the things, I usually go for the place that has the highest EXP, right? Because that has a bit of overkill that I can get rid of. So like Might and Magic 7 is actually the closest to getting me to the next level, and thus the next bolster level with other people. I think we're actually in position that we want to travel to Might and Magic 7 anyway. I think we go to Might and Magic 7 now. Because we've cleared the line to get ourselves to the next level, to the next bolster level. And now we just go, okay, well, one of these is higher than the others. This is the one that should be getting us to the next level because it'll happen the fastest. So I think that's what we're going to do. So before we end, we are going to look at our equipment. That means I maybe just want to go back in there. I'm not actually... We've now saved, because we've left the dungeon. We're actually going to walk back in, and we're going to loot everything that we haven't looted already. Let's grab the... But no, but the issue... Well, no, because we don't have to go anywhere else in order to make that happen. So in Might, we've already loaded in the Might and Magic 7 region that we would be going to next. In Might and Magic 8, we would not want to do that. But for Might and Magic 7, we should. Because Might and Magic 7 is... Oh, we haven't cleared this done. Oh, we haven't cleared this room. Whoops, I accidentally opened that door. That's going to cause problems for me later. Why is this closed? This isn't supposed to be closed. Okay, I'll hit this switch and see if it undoes the closing. What's happening? Am I just blind? I might have just been blind and thought that it was in a different part of the wall than it was. Okay. So, orders from Shadow Guild,
It's probably okay.
basic armor, and considering the time limit that we're on, I think maybe we don't finish looting the... No, we should finish looting the dungeon. We should get to... Are there any other chests that we've got ready over here? I don't know that there are, but there are some bodies over here. So we've looted that room. We need to get down into the slime area. We can pick up the staff, which we hadn't picked up already. We can go over here. I'm not going to loot that one random slime over there. I don't think. We've got time. I'm gonna do it. We're just gonna activate double speed. We're gonna roll on down here. We're gonna loot all of these because we do want to put ourselves in the strongest position possible for... I guess we're just doing Harmondale. Which isn't a super dangerous encounter, but that's fine. We've got about 40 grand. We'll be able to get another expertise soon, if not already. Depends on who we're getting it on. And then we can go over here, and we can grab the chest in here. I don't think there's another chest on the other side.
This might be good.
That is actually pretty cool. We got a flute.
We don't need it. It's
That is
probably okay.
the best piece of loot that we could have gotten. And we are going to use this thing over here on the dragon. Where is it? Isn't there one on this side too? Is this? Yes. Right. Grabbing that with you. And there's one over on the other side. Do I want to grab that now? No, I don't want to do that because I'm worried about the time that we have left. So I think that's it for loot for this exact moment. Those are not chests. So yeah, we don't have a ton of loot in this dungeon available yet, but there's going to be a lot more loot as we get closer to the end of the dungeon, I believe. We've gotten out. We can save the game again, and now we can save under caster save and just take a look at what we've picked up. We've picked up an elven saber, crossbow. This is a 59 to 79 cold damage two-handed sword with air resistance, which is not bad, and personality plus 58. So this should be... Oops, that's not a character. This should be probably a pretty sizable upgrade for you. Love that. And then check the staff. Kind of garbage. Kind of garbage. Alright. We have another one of these. This gives 33 fire and has a really weak DPS enchant. And that's unfortunate.
Yes.
We have this, and we have this. Alright, so we found at least one nice, cool sword, which will help our Seraphim do a bit more damage. And we are, I think, good to go. So next time we will be continuing toward the thing. And we actually have 13 minutes left. Is there something I can do in the interim? I could do inventory management, except it's not the right time of the day to do inventory management. We have 4 levels that we've accumulated. And we can save the game. And where do we want to go? We need to go back to New Sorpigal and then get from there to Harmondale. Skills. Do we have any skills to pick up here? I don't think so. Identify item master. I don't think we can get perception master here. Disarm expert, I think, is here. I think the disarm expert's like right over here. So yeah, I don't know that there's anything else that we need to do here yet. So I think we're good to go for moving back to New Sorpigal. But we shouldn't do that without getting food first. We should go get food. And definitely do it quickly enough that we don't run into 3 o'clock again. That would be very funny, but let's not do that. Just plop over here. Okay, fill packs. And now we're ready to move on. So we'll go over here. We will clear out an area in this place. It is. I'm gonna have to think about it. On a technical from a technical perspective, I do think that it is better to get to Might and Magic 7 first. You know, the other two are both so much further ahead. I think it does make the most sense. I think I have to bring those numbers back down to reasonable levels. The bolster is currently way higher than it needs to be. It shouldn't be. It should be around the 0.5 range, and we've got it at the 0.98 range and shit like that. Like we need to get these numbers in a coherent position. So we're gonna head to Might Magic 7 and start clearing enemies there. Because that's gonna get a we need to do the Might Magic 7 stuff. That's what we're going to do. But we're going to do that next time. For now, I think we are just going to end things here a little bit early. But I don't really know what I would want to do at this exact moment, because I just need to do stuff that's going to take a little bit longer than 10 minutes. So that's going to be it for right now. So thank you everyone for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure to stream this for you today. We did manage to get through the Dragoon Stronghold. It was harder than anticipated, but hopefully this time I actually remember that area doesn't require clearing oozes in order to save him. With that being the case, an option available to us in the melee run is I can actually try to clear, basically do the clear that I normally do. Probably include the that other room in that clear. Maybe not. Hard to say. But we could do that, and then move. Basically, have that save, and then our goal is just to clear out that one section. And I think that that's reasonable to do. I was dicking around going to all sorts of different locations in the previous time. If I had realized that I just needed to clear out a couple of hallways, I think it would have worked. So we'll just have to see how things go. But the melee run might be a go even without preservation. We might not need to do the thing. So anyway, that is going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, and hope to see you again tomorrow when we'll be doing some more of the murdering. Good works.